Welcome to busy Bangkok and welcome to another flight adventure. This time I'll be flying the biggest Chinese airline, China Southern Airlines, from Bangkok through their hub in Guangzhou all the way to Dubai. So let's hop on the airport train and go to the airport. Suvarnabhumi Airport is Thailand's busiest airport and one of the busiest in Asia. Besides these really cute cleaning and information robots, they have a huge terminal and it took me some time to find the China Southern check-in desk. I would normally simply check in online, however that was not possible on the China Southern website. I couldn't even select seats in advance because in the last step the website did not recognize that I had ticked a box that was necessary to continue. So I was hoping for window seats at check-in and I was one of the first people in line. And not a minute too late, as just 5 minutes later a big Chinese tour group arrived. There was an information sign reminding people of the QR code you need in order to get into China. They only advertised WeChat, but actually you can access a web form without WeChat. It is one of the worst programmed web forms of all times and looks like something that came straight out the beginnings of the internet. You have to enter a huge amount of information and include your recent travel history and address in China. Needless to say, I didn't have any address for transit, and since the form only gave the choice between entry and exit, I thought I didn't have to fill it out. That would turn out to be a mistake, as I would find out later in Guangzhou. Check-in complete, and I was feeling very lucky that they actually gave me a window seat for the first leg to Guangzhou. Or so I thought, more on that later. For the second leg to Dubai, they could only offer me a middle seat for now, but they said I can ask the staff in Guangzhou to change it. Needless to say, I didn't have any lounge access flying economy class. However, I had a Dragon Pass, which, similar to Priority Pass, granted me access to a variety of lounges here. I chose to go to the Oman Air Lounge. It's a cozy lounge that offers plenty of seating, at least when there are no Oman Air flights. The buffet is not too extensive, but still offers some nice choices. It was a nice atmosphere and I decided to sit down in the back area of the lounge. They even have 2 day beds here for people to get some rest. I had a rather strange mix of things for breakfast, and once I finished it, it was already time to leave. My ride today would be this 9-year-old 737-800. The Boeing 737 is like the backbone of China Southern Airlines. They have over 200 of them. And I was wondering what all these boxes contained that were loaded onto the aircraft. Soon it was time for boarding. This version of the 737 had 2 business class rows in a 2-2 configuration and 156 seats in economy class in a regular 3-3 configuration. And now I need to apologize for the following audio quality. Welcome aboard China Southern Airlines Boeing 737-800. The seats are actually quite comfortable. You know how excited I was when they gave me a window seat at check-in. That excitement is now basically gone because, as you can see, there's no window. I got like a row with no window here. There's actually a window on the other side, but not on this one. So yeah, I don't know, maybe we can film like here? That's possible. Boarding is finished and I have a free middle seat. After pushback, we taxied past this massive Mahan Air Airbus A340-600. It had flown in that morning from Tehran and was waiting for its return flight. It's actually one of those airlines I'd be curious to give a try one day. But for now, let's enjoy the departure out of Bangkok on China Southern. So just half an hour after takeoff and the service has arrived. There was a choice between fish rice and chicken pasta, and I went for the chicken pasta. So you have the pasta here, some vegetables on the side, bread roll, some glass noodle salad, I think, and some fresh. So this is actually also quite nice. They put the other box in a tray, so that way you can actually hold it, like you don't have to touch the hot foil here.
Well, it's regular chicken pasta, but it's pretty normal, but it's very good. So I finished my meal. But for some reason there is no drink service, or there was no drink service yet. Like, I don't know, usually the drinks come with the meal, but maybe not in China Southern. No drinks. We'll see, maybe they come later. So I just saw the drinks going by, so the drink service is about to start. But while we're waiting, they decided to try out the audio channels here, and they actually work. It's amazing. Look at that. You plug it in, and then like channel 1 and 2, they don't work. There's nothing on there. But then you go to channel 3 and you have like some Chinese music. It's very rare to see like these audio channels on an airplane these days, and it's even more rare to see them work. Could I have some water, please? So we got a drink only 20-25 minutes after the meal service started. Alright. Cheers.
I then checked out the in-flight magazine. There were a couple of stories on China Southern itself and some articles about different foods which looked like Chinese fine dining. Unfortunately, everything except the headlines was only provided in Chinese. But surprisingly, I found articles about travel destinations in Germany here. It was then time to prepare for the descent into Guangzhou, and despite my limited window accessibility, I still got a glimpse of the beautiful scenery of Guangdong province. Welcome to Guangzhou Airport. Arrived in time, gate 145. And now I'm looking for my connecting gate. And actually I'm looking to change my seat first, so I have to find the China Southern Airlines counter to see how that goes.
Narration QR code. 请出示海关健康申报二维。
So it turned out that I actually needed a QR code even though I was just transferring. So I just filled the form on the spot and went on to the counter. There, the next surprise awaited me. I had to do a COVID test for transferring? I thought that was highly unusual, but there was no way around, so they handed me a test kit and sent me to the sampling room. There was also a transfer security, but it was quick and I was the only one around. I'm a bit confused right now. It turns out you also need a QR code, like this health declaration thing, when you just want to transfer in China. Like, I don't even want to enter China, I just want to transfer. I still need a QR code, but on the website it says only entry and exit, no transfer. I don't know. Also for international transfer passengers, they make you do a COVID test, like a rapid test. I mean, I get it. When you want to enter the country, then yes. But for international transfers, really? It's 2023. Yeah. But that's Chinese rules. So I just asked at the China Southern Lounge, actually, like if they have a service counter around here where I can ask to change my seat, but apparently they don't. It's their home airport. I mean, shouldn't they have a service counter like airside. I might be stuck in the middle seat 47 hours to Dubai. Anyway, let's go to the premium lounge. I accessed the premium lounge through my Dragon Pass and it turned out to be a very good choice. The lounge is rather big, features several different seating options and is nicely decorated. It was also rather quiet when I went there. The buffet was a bit small, but at least they had a noodle bar where they served one dish of noodles. It was not exactly Cathay Pacific quality, but still tasty and filling. Just finished some noodle soup here in the lounge. I don't know, China is like really annoying to foreigners. I just tried connecting to the Wi-Fi, and there are like 3 different Wi-Fi networks, and none of them work for foreigners at least, because like you have to register with your phone number, but apparently it only accepts Chinese phone numbers, and then you can also register with your boarding pass, like boarding pass data, but I think it only works with Chinese IDs. At least it doesn't work with my passport ID. Yeah, so that's kind of annoying. This lounge has everything. They even have some aircraft models. It was then time to head to the gate and see if I can find someone to change my seat. Back in 2022, Guangzhou Baiyun International Airport handled 26 million passengers and was the busiest airport in China. However, today it seemed relatively empty and relaxed. Here in the gate area now, looks like it's gonna be a bus boarding. I don't think there is anyone at the gate, like at the counter yet, as far as I can see. But once I see someone, I will go over and ask if they can change my seat. I have like very low hopes for that. I just hope to avoid the middle seat somehow. This area downstairs here is actually great for plane spotting, look at that. So there's a China Southern Airbus A350, unfortunately not the one we're taking because that one you can board through the jet bridge. But we have to take a bus, oh well. And behind there we have a Boeing 787, also from China Southern. What's that in the background? The gate staff has arrived and I just asked if they can change my seat to a window seat. Unfortunately the flight seems to be full and there's no way they can do that. So yeah, I'm gonna be stuck in the middle seat for about 7-8 hours to Dubai. Soon after, boarding started and imagine my surprise as the bus took us to the aircraft we saw earlier at the jet bridge. Why did we have to use a bus here? Once inside, everyone had to carry their bags up the stairs. Not an issue for me, but I guess some older people were not so happy about that.
Welcome board. Is that the please turn right and second one?
During boarding, I first passed through the 24-seat premium economy before finding my seat in the 262-seat regular economy class. At the time of recording, China Southern only had 18 Airbus A350s, which is kind of a small subfleet. But that's all the more reason to look forward to a flight on this special aircraft type. The legroom is really good, even with the seat in front fully reclined. I have to say, much better than Turkish Airlines. The seat pocket features these net parts, which are very useful for holding your phone. The screen is extremely responsive and looks very modern. Already on the first page, you find a direct link to the camera views, which for us geeks is obviously the most important part of the IFE. They also have a recommended movie list featuring mostly Chinese movies. If you fancy using your own personal device, you can pair it with a screen using a code. Oh my gosh, so the best thing happened. The gate agent said the flight was full, but like for some reason the window seat 62K stayed empty. Like in my row. What a coincidence. So I switched to the window seat and I even have a free middle seat now. Amazing. This flight turned so much better right now. At the end of the safety video, there was something that genuinely surprised me. They offered sign language. I don't think I've seen this on any other airline before. About half an hour after takeoff, service has started, and it starts way better than on the Bangkok flight. So they actually start with the sanitary wipe. Like on the Bangkok flight, that was the last step, and they also already handed out drinks before the meal. That's much appreciated. And dinner service has arrived. Let's see what we got. There was a choice between beef with tomato and fish rice. Now I went for the fish rice, and it comes with a salad and a piece of cake. The crew just came around with a second drink service. I had a Sprite. The meal was quite good actually. I finished all of it. Especially the fish with rice was quite delicious. Salad not so much. Cake was so-so. But overall a decent economic class meal. As we crossed central India, I noticed lightning outside. There were massive thunderstorms to the north of our flight path, and for a good half hour I was glued to the window filming lightnings as they appeared on the horizon. It was truly impressive, and I was so glad to have a window seat on this flight. 2.5 hours before landing, the crew handed out hot towels to everyone, which surprised me a lot for an 8-hour economy class flight. They then proceeded with a second meal service, to which they handed out hot cinnamon rolls. I thought that was a really nice treat, which I hadn't had on any other airline before. I chose to have a Chinese noodle dish along with that, which was accompanied by fruit and yogurt. For the approach into Dubai, the cabin was dimmed in this colorful lighting, which created a nice atmosphere. So let's enjoy the nighttime approach and landing into Dubai. Today's flights cost me €251 or roughly $268 for a one-way ticket booked just about 4 weeks in advance. Despite the challenges, a very good deal considering China Southern's great onboard product. We had arrived at Terminal 1's Concourse D, so I had to take the APM to the main building for immigration. It's always fun to ride these at airports when you can look outside. After arriving at the main building, I quickly made my way through immigration and took a ride to the hotel. Okay, just arrived in the hotel here in Dubai. It's the Jumeirah Creekside Hotel. It's like 5 minutes from Dubai Airport by taxi. I took a Kareem here. It cost me like €10, I think. So I booked a premier room, I think. But for some reason they upgraded me to the family suite. That's the biggest hotel room I have ever stayed in. Look at the size of this thing. They have everything. A desk, a big TV, another TV over there, and a couch, and a kind of a TV area, a bathtub, some amenities here. Well, how to summarize today? It had lots of ups and downs, let's put it that way. Basically, how to summarize China Southern Airlines. I really like their product. Their onboard service is great. They offer great food. The service is efficient, quick, friendly. An area that definitely needs some improvement is the whole digital experience. Yeah, but as I said, the onboard product of China Southern Airlines is great. For example, hot towels in economy class. Like, how many airlines do you know that offer hot towels in economy class? That's amazing. And also the cinnamon roll. I think this is the very first time I've been served a cinnamon roll on a flight. So well done, China Southern Airlines. I'm gonna stay in this huge room for one night, and tomorrow afternoon I'm continuing on to Europe on an unusual way. If you want to find out what way that is, subscribe now and you will know. So I'll see you tomorrow for the next flight. Until then, good night.